city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today we continue on with John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend, and we have got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks. On the visitor's sideline, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. His guys looking for a second straight victory after coming out on top a week ago. On the other side for the Seahawks, it's Mike McDonald. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Seattle. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's
taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. To try here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 85 yards and a touchdown. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Darnold. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Extra point forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? And sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before. Because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them. And that's what he's trying to do here.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And Walker once more. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A little short pass. This is Everett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Here is 3rd and 5.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
Darnold. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back in the 32. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he returns this to the 22. The Vikings offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To the air with McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. This time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off of play action, Darnold. Pass caught, Arroyo right side. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
A 10-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 36.
To throw is Darnold. A little short pass. This is Everett. This now a 3rd and 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now it's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
The Vikings offense had Aaron Jones headed back onto the field. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Throwing is McCarthy. All over the Jew. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Here's McCarthy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Darnold. That's complete right around the 8. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That's good for the Seahawks. 1st down.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
He finds Smith-Njigba in the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
A gain of
first down carry by Jones. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On the delay, Jones. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw McCarthy. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And the Vikings first down. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Vikings.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Vikings! Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks take back over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Darnold now to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Wiggles free. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
That one complete to Naylor. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And the Vikings first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Minnesota.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. From the 41, this is second and a yard. They'll go again to Jones. 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 126 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, Vikings.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Kendall Fuller, boy, no problems for him on that play defensively. Really nice tackle for loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Number 3, Jordan Ellison. It's a gain of 6. And
Back to throw. McCarthy. Pass complete to Naylor right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jalen Naylor from 8 yards out. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Darnold. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Rodgers on the return. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Running left, Mason. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. The 33-yard
operating from the gun, McCarthy. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, able to avoid him. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this 1st half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A little short pass. This is Everett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
At the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Darnold. Now that's to the left. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Moji, moving.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. He finds his man complete. It's Horton. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith-Njigba. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And they knock that deficit down from 29 to 26. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. Oh, it shifts past him. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Looking to put a drive together. Faking the give, Darnold. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jonathan Grenard. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Darnold. He completes this to Walker. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That one caught. It's Horton. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10.
Here's Darnold. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The visitors' offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Mason going to get it on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Second and 12 at the 45-yard line.
He's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 26 and a first down.
26 yards. And the Vikings first down. A gain of 26 yards.
Little bit of a breakdown there defensively, and the RPO turns into a big chunk play.
And when you think about running offense, the word comes to mind, assignment, right? Because you have to carry those out. But you have to play assignment football on defense, too, against a team that runs these RPOs because everyone has to be in the right place. Who's got the quarterback? Who's got the running back? Who's covering the receivers? This will work quite well on that play.
And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
That's another Vikings first down.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
C.J. Ham. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings extend their lead yet again. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Will Reichard to kick
Minnesota's
off for the
kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Back to throw, Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's third down and 13.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He gets it to Addison. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Able to push his way through. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Third and 4.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. That is caught. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
It's a gain of
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. This is caught. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
11 more yards.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points.
Seahawks 23.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Nifty move. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The give is to Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Knight on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48.
Running right, Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just short of midfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Dances by him. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
Darnold now to throw. A little short pass. This is Everett. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard
And with this game
line.
well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Again, Darnold. They'll get this one to Cobb complete. Here's 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
Here's Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And now out comes Minnesota. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw in that play with the loss. And he's got this down to the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. To the air with McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
Will Riker down for the Vikings field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Motion, motion, motion.
To throw is Darnold. On the slant, here's Smith-Njigba. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Minnesota, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.